So, good evening to all of you. I am Dr. G.K. Avari, Head of Automobile Engineering Department at Government Polytechnic Nagpur. I welcome all of you to this faculty development program on effective online teaching learning methods, challenges, preparation and use of ICT tools, which is being organized by the Govindra Banjari College of Engineering and Technology, Nagpur. At the outset, I must congratulate the Dr. Salim Chauhan, who is a good friend of mine also, for taking such kind of initiative to organize this kind of faculty development program on the latest topic, or what we can say the emerging topic, and during the such period of lockdown, because the teaching learning process, it should not stop, even for the teachers, even for the faculty member, the learning process has to be continued. And this is the great initiative which is taken by Dr. Salim Chauhan and the Govindra Banjari College of Engineering and Technology, Nagpur, for giving them something fruitful input during this period of lockdown. So today's topic of our discussion is basically the scope of the e-learning and the scope of the that is virtual learning after the COVID-19. So this is what our topic is there. Okay, and as already told you that I am working at the Government College of Government Polytechnic Nagpur as a head of the automobile engineering department. So let us see that the quote by the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. So, which means that the education only can change the world. That visionary and the dynamic missile man of the India, the great personality, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he has seen that, he has shown us the path that naturally the education is very important, which we have to take away, and it should be modified, it should be changed according to the situation. During the period of Corona 19, what is being happening, the Corona COVID 19, that almost you can see that the traditional learning processes, it is being changing. Okay, and almost the classes are being vacant. Nobody is there in the class, and therefore there is a scope for the e-learning opportunities. You can see that small child is trying to learn with the help of the laptop. So, what is e-learning in the classroom? Okay, that is the learning pyramid which is being shown over here. You can see that teach others, practice doing discussion, okay, demonstration, audio visual, reading, and then the lecture. So, average student retention rates, it is being given percentage wise, right from 90% to the 10%. So, the traditional learning, what we can see is that it brings up the relatively change in the permanent behavior that comes from a result of planned experience, results from the interaction between what we already know, new information we encounter, and what we do, okay, as we learn. So this is the learning in the classroom. The methods of teaching learning, that is the traditional method. Teachers used to need to understand the subject enough to convey its essence to the students. They need to have the complete thorough knowledge. This has involved, okay, lecturing on the part of teaching and developing instructional strategies such as team-based learning. Okay, and so teacher more into the role of course designer, discussion facilitator, and coach, and the students, they are more into the role of active learner, discovering the subject of the course. So the traditional method of learning, what we can say, that the Socratic method, basically the classical Greek philosopher Socrates, is a form of inquiry and discussion between the individual based on asking and answering questions to stimulate the critical thinking and to illuminate the ideas. This is one of the dialectical method which we were using, and the concept of teaching. Naturally, in the traditional method which is being taught in the classroom, and already we have discussed that it will bring the permanent change in the behavior of the learner. So this is the concept of our traditional teaching. Now, what kind of scenario will be there after the COVID-19? This is what we have to see, because the pandemic has significantly disrupted the higher education sector. Social distancing and for the students as well as teachers, it should be operated in the next 1 year or the 3 year span of time. Okay, actual contact hours during the classroom, it will be also reduce, and online education could be logical solution to accommodate this problem. So basically, after the COVID-19, we need to prepare for this one. We need to cope up with this one and then recover out of this one. So that's why we need to have the learning innovation in our education system. The government of India for the first time is allowing Indian universities to offer the degrees online, which was basically not there. It was only permitted for the foreign university, but now it is being happening even for the Indian universities, and they are encouraging as well as widening their access to the higher education, and the restriction of 20% distance education, it has also be being lifted and made it to the 100% courses online. So now look at the this picture that what our prospective students will speak now. Okay, where from they will come? Naturally, in the schools, in the colleges, this kind of learners or the students will be there, where there will be taking certain kind of graduates, diplomas, or the degree education. But at the same time, okay, there are course key student independent learners also. When the course is being offered in the online mode or the virtual mode, naturally independent learner, those who are not taking any kind of learning or the degree from your institute, they can also join you people, okay, in the virtual learning or the e-learning process. So therefore, what we can see that it will miss lesson, or it will reduce the boundaries, okay, and it will be away from the boundaries, and it can get connected through all over the learners of the students of the world. It will not be restricted to your only organization, only college, but it will be offered to anyone, independent learner, even your college student. So during this period of time, naturally, our teachers, basically faculty member, they are confused. Okay, what is being required, what changes is being required. Okay, when the lockdown was started from 24th of March, it is being observed that some of the teachers or many of the organizations, they were confused what to do now. Work from home means what, basically what to do, and naturally we people Indians are very intelligent to find out the solutions, and within a short span of time, 8 to 10 span of time, we have find out the solution for this lockdown period, and all of you might be using now the methods of e-learning as well as the methods of the virtual learning. So education after COVID-19, it has to focus on the ICT enabled system. So ICT enabled, that is analyze, adapt, and synthesis. You can see in the picture that always you will be connected, okay, from anywhere, wherever you will be. Okay, with the help of the smartphones, mobile phones, and the other devices, you will be connected. Digital learning and development platform will be there. Communication, collaboration, participation, ICT proficiency, information, data, and media literacies will be there. Digital creation, innovation, scholarships will be there. Digital identify, well-being will be there. So after the COVID, the education will be the most of the education will be the ICT enabled education. So what we see the pedagogy, okay, of the learning? It is the systematic instruction or principle that promotes students' learning, which is being proposed by the Kele in 2004. And what is the e-learning, which is proposed by the Lee and Lee in 2006? E-learning is an online education defined as the self-paced or real-time delivery of training and education over the internet to an end-user device. Okay, this is what the basic definition of the e-learning. And the distance learning, distance education is defined as institution-based formal education where the learning group is separated and where interactive telecommunication systems are used to connect learner, resources, and instructors. This is being given by the Simpson in 2006. So let us see the e-learning. Now the e-learning and the virtual learning environments, they are not just the process of documenting it like a management system, like for our NBA processes or for our NAC processes, okay, which we may be doing earlier, but now the COVID has posed the challenge before us to change our complete system, okay, and bring it to the e-learning or the virtual learning system. So e-learning is the learning processes created by the interacting with the digitally delivered content, services, and the support. So what are the components of the e-learning? What we can see is that e-learning is the use of technology and services to deliver a curricula and ultimately to facilitate the learning. So there are components of the learning, that is technology, curriculum, and the services. Okay, this is technologically enabled services, technology, and curriculum, and having the synchronization of all these three components, this will make the effective e-learning. So e-learning ladder, which is being defined earlier, what we can see that the passive learning is there at the bottom, then the active learning, then the immersive learning, okay, and e-slides, e-compliance, e-animation, and at the top immersive learning, you can see that which is taken care by the simulation, okay, e-simulation or the virtual simulation. Even for the practical classes, in case of the computer science and IT branches, we are using such kind of virtual simulation tools. But for the civil, mechanical, and the electrical engineering, still we have to think of developing the virtual simulation softwares or the system wherein the practicals can also be performed in the virtual simulation method. So this is the e-learning ladder. What are the benefits of the e-learning? That is accessibility will be there, okay, page layout, text to speech location, okay, multimedia system, webinars, videos, games, pictures, portfolio, blogs, forum. These are all the benefits of the e-learning. Right now also we are using the benefits of this method. So methods of the e-learning, okay, there are various methods of the e-learning. At present, what we are seeing is that it is a self-paced, okay, that learner can increase the pace also. For 6 days course can be completed in the 3 days. Okay, likewise, online discussion platform can be there. Virtual classrooms will be created. Video classrooms will be there. Interactive e-lessons can will be developed. Instructor-led systems will be there. Okay, electronic simulation and mobile learnings will be there. So these are all, over, nutshell, we can say that the methods of e-learning are there. So then the delivering the education, e-learning is basically a tool which is used within each point of the education processes and powerfully coordinates the organization. So you can see that the 360 degree of e-learning system, basically the workforce planning, okay, performance matrices, reporting and feedback, assignment, training evaluation, delivery, types of learning technologies. This is all the components of delivering the education and then synchronizing it. Okay. So there is a basically the change in the education system from the Socratic method to the cyber learning system. Okay, this is what the change we are going to see after the COVID-19, even in the India, in throughout the world also. And the education is possible that anytime, anywhere. Okay, positive relationship will be there. Okay, all these things, student-centered learning processes will be designed. Okay, so therefore, okay, the internet, it has changed the complete world. Okay, internet is a computer-based global information system. Okay, you know that it is composed of many interconnected computer network. Each network may link thousands of computers, enabling them to share the information. Okay. So components of the e-learning, okay, what we have to do is that computers will be there, mobile technologies, that kind of infrastructure we need to develop, sharing information in the online, offline manner, okay, testing modules online, okay, learning administration systems, backend system, which is used in the teaching, learning management system, the kind of softwares, okay, how to deal with the e-learning software, the graphic multimedia productions, CD, DVDs, this will be there, and the capacity building will be there, literacy as well as e-technologies, it needs to be developed. So these are all the components of the e-learning. So you know that the online education, e-learning education, it is being supported by the technology. Technology is an increasingly influencing factor in the education. Computers and mobile phones are used in developed countries both to complement established education practices and develop the new ways of learning such as online education. Okay, the proliferation of the computer also means the increase in of the programming and the blocking. So this is what the online education it is being supported. Okay. So technology is basically a boon to the education system. Okay, the technology offers a powerful learning tools that demand new skills, understanding students, including multimedia, and provides a new ways to engage the students, such as a virtual learning environment, which you are seeing in the picture. Okay. So the multimedia, okay, it is like a media and the content. Okay, you know that multimedia is a media and content that uses a combination of different content forms having a multiple content form. Okay. The multimedia includes a combination of text, audio, still images, animation videos, and interactivity content form. One might expect that these competing sources of information would tend to overwhelm or overload the learner. Okay, lots of things will be there in the multimedia system. The technology in teaching and assessment of the student, it will be also changed after the COVID-19. The use of technologies such as PowerPoint presentations, interactive whiteboard, capturing the attention of the students in the classroom. This will be there. Okay, technology is also being used in the assessment of the student. At present, it is being offline examination is being conducted, but we need to develop the with the use of the technology, the assess for the online methods of assessment of the students. So PowerPoint configurations will be there. PowerPoint presentation, it consists of naturally individual pages or slides, the slide analogy, uh, text, graphics, all these things will be there. Okay. So the audience response system can also be used in the e-learning system. Okay, instantaneous responses in e-learning. The great man, the superstar of the country, superstar of the world. I can say that Amitabh Bachchan is there. You might have seen that the Kaun Banega Crorepati, wherein the such kind of audience response system. Okay, it is being used for a life. One lifeline is there in the KBC, which you might have seen that wherein the question it is being referred for giving the answers by the audience, and in this case the that remote control will be there. Okay, and through that remote control, the online poll or online audience opinion is taken. It is being analyzed and it is being shown graphically also which answer is correct. So which we are using in the film industry now, it has to be a part of the education system after the COVID-19, at least in the engineering profession and the medical profession. Okay, when you consider the need of e-learning, today children, they are ready for the e-education. Only teachers has to be ready. Okay, and e-learning is basically a good opportunity for meaningful after the COVID-19. Okay, and the flexibility is there. Okay, that is a attractive elements of online learning, but the benefits don't stop here. There are many more benefits, and in fact, many online students find their educational journey is particularly rewarding in the online education system. So, technology it creates a virtual classroom. You know that the virtual classrooms that can be accessed from anywhere, well-educated professional instructor, just like traditional education system, diverse program in a variety of discipline, accredited programs to complete the degree college, technical programs that provide real-time training will be there, freedom to enhance skills, resumes while still working as a full-time. in somewhere in some other organization. Real life application of classroom material, greater comfort with interactive technologies, work and life balance can also be seen during this e-learning method. Okay. So online education, it is the fast growing technology in the India, because initially we were not ready to go for that, but the situation is like that. The COVID has forced us to go for the online education, and what you can see that here the 81% of the survey is that 4 out of 5 students agree with digital learning technology. It boosts the grades. It say 81% says that it saves the time, and 84% of the students says that it improves their education. So naturally, online education, e-learning, virtual learning, it is growing up in India. Okay, the podcasting in teaching, it is also being used. Okay, that is you know that the method of publishing the audio broadcast through the internet or via internet. So in layman's term, it's a way of individuals and companies to create audio programs and allow people to download, listen, and subscribe them very easily. Okay, these are all podcasting concept which you can see that anytime, anywhere. Okay, this can be used. Education and training, internet identity will be there. Okay, marketing and sales and everything is there. Okay, so iPods also, it is a boon to the engineering profession. People think of iPods when they think of downloaded music or maybe videos. They think for fun, but basically the iPods are finding their way in the teaching profession, and they are perfect for this one with a small, compact size and easy to use formatting, and they are perfect for on-the-go information sharing. They can store, iPods can store the amazing amounts of information also and share it easily. They are also easy to use and do not require much training to run. iPods and processes for teaching learning, sorry, iPods and podcasts. So students are starting to use iPods for classes as well. Okay, teachers can also use the programs. Okay, podcast is an audio file published on the internet. You can subscribe to the podcast audio feed to automatically download podcasts when they are published. So these are all the iPods and the podcasts. They are finding the benefits or various applications in the learning process. So overall, we can see that the this internet e-learning as well as virtual learning, these are they are making the global village. Okay, now the world is so small that wherever we want, we can connect anywhere, and the teacher's role is not yet ignored. Many of the time, teacher may feel that the teacher's role is ignored. So teachers' role is not being ignored. Teachers are the critical link. It is the basic parameter, basic essential element of our society. Okay, but teachers will be there. But at the same time, we have to make use of the this kind of databases. Huge databases are there. Students can have the access to this huge databases, and there will be a complete transformation due to this e-learning and the virtual learning and the internet into a global village. So at the end of this today's discussion, I will end up with the quote of the Swami Vivekananda that education is the manifestation of perfection already in man. So what is being needed? Okay, it is being already in the man. What we have to do is that we have to explore the opportunities. We have to explore the situation. Okay, find out the ways of this kind of teaching learning, and all power it is within us only. We can develop, we can adapt, and we are flexible. We as a teacher, we are always flexible enough to adapt the changes in the technology, changes in the situation. So I would like to give a small assignment to all the participants of the FDP that develop in this 5 days time of time, 1 week time of FDP, try to develop an e-learning module for the your respective subject domain. And I request Dr. Salim sir, at the end of the day, they may present it in the 3 minutes or 5 minutes span of time. They are particularly the e-learning module which they have developed during this FDP. So thank you very much. The students don't remember what you try to teach them. They remember what you are. So my dear teachers, my dear teaching fraternity, all of us has to come together, join the hands together, and we have to see that we are not being affected during the COVID-19. We have to accept the challenges. We have to see the opportunities, and we have to develop the similar kind of system for our future education. So if you have faced any kind of difficulties, you can write to me. That my email ID is given, gkavari@gmail.com, and mobile number is also given, 9922966173. So thank you very much for patience learning. Okay, and I must thankful to this one Dr. Salim Chavan sir for giving me the opportunity to interact with these participants of the FDP, and then having such kind of nice session for all of you. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best. Thanks.